maybe it'll have, the title, or it'll have a background, or it'll have, picture of the game or something like
Yeah.
that. And then after the live stream happens, then oftentimes YouTube will populate in the back end studio little sample shots of stuff that you could use for it. And so
Okay.
usually then it'll have a picture where it's got the three or the four of us or whatever on the screen. And then I'll take that image and I use Canva for editing and creating the thumbnails.
Okay.
And I just take it there and then I just change out the sort of generic background, that I might have used for the initial
Right.
one, and
And
then put that other
then
one
you're
in.
good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, and so that's how I do that. But although with these live streams that I've done with Jim and Dennis and Brennan, this will be like this. I think was maybe the third or fourth one we've done, maybe. So I already had like an image that I'd used before that I just a thumbnail I'd used previously and just plunk that in there.
Well,
So
that makes sense.
yeah, but what's really nice was we had Monty Matson join us, and that was the first time he's done one of the live streams with us.
Okay.
So that was kind of cool.
Oh, I'll have
Um,
to tune in because I've never seen Monty. So.
well, you still won't see him
Oh, you
because
just hear him.
he was having difficulty with his
Ah!
webcam. And
Oh man.
so, he's just like a little blank screen section that just says Monty.
Good
But
times.
and there was no way I could like upload a photo of him or anything like that because I was
Right.
using
Right.
StreamYard. And so, yeah, it was one of those things and we got on probably half hour before the broadcast started to kind of work out any technical stuff. And every time he tried to do something where he would try to turn on his webcam, it would kick him out of
It just
StreamYard.
got
Yep,
worse.
it just
Yeah.
got worse. And so then he'd have to come back in again. He'd mess around with something else. And then, boop, suddenly he'd disappear again and come back on.
It's funny.
And so we're just like, okay, Monty, don't worry about it. We can hear you. That's all that matters.
It's
We'll
funny.
we'll put the images up on the screen. So that's it. Hey, we've got some people, our usual suspects, tuning in here.
Mm,
We've got
mm.
the Grim Harbinger himself. We've got Perry. Good evening, guys. Finally back to bar after a bit of a hiatus.
Mhm.
Currently catching up on the prior live streams. Go, Freddy. That's awfully
Oh
familiar.
no.
That's awfully no. We
Oh
gotta.
no.
Well,
We
what?
can't have that.
Yeah, just. I mean, both leaders' names here at this battle start with an F. So just go big F.
Oh. Go
Yeah,
F.
go
Yeah.
F.
Go
Yeah,
go F
go
yourself.
F. Yes. What's your leader's name? Michael Fedorovich or something, or
Fairmore, I think.
Fairmore? Okay,
Fermor.
that doesn't sound very
That's
Russian.
he probably wasn't.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
don't know
We
either.
hire him off the
Yeah,
street.
it
Whatever.
does.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
Well, I've got an exciting bar update for
Okay.
you.
Cool.
Sometimes we hold this to the end, but this is so exciting I did not want to miss out. I'm holding in my hot little hands the playtest rules for Battles for Quebec.
Oh, cool.
Very exciting.
Yeah, I
Very
saw
exciting.
something Ed Wimble had posted
That's right.
saying that, yes, play testing was going to start. Are you and Paul going to do some play testing of it, or?
Yeah, I mean, guess Paul and John and Albert and we're not really sure exactly the venue or how we're going to do it. And Matthew offered him, do you want me to make you 2 playtest kits? And Paul said he was kind of reluctant to ask him to do all that extra work because it's a lot of extra work. And he was already going to make 2 others for some other groups. And so we'll see. Don't really know. But got the rules, and I guess he's decided to change it to Battles for Quebec because it's just 3 battles in and around Quebec
Right,
rather than the earlier Battles for New France title that
right.
was, I think, going to cover a little bit beyond that. So, anyway, very excited. Of course, really excited because one of the replacement leaders is named McAlpin.
Aha.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
that is
pretty,
cool.
and he's good. He's actually a lot better than I am.
Is he better than the replacement leader, Borsch? Or
I can't.
Boshar, right? I don't know
I
how to
can't
pronounce
say.
Paul's last name there, so.
Oh, I just say Borchers, and no, it's way better than that because, as I recall, he's pretty awful. Yeah,
There's a certain
yeah.
irony in that
Oh
Paul is
no,
like one
it's
of the best bar players I've ever met.
yeah, but you get no respect.
There you go. There
I
you go.
I think Matthew swears it's random, and it probably is.
There
But
you
I have to
go.
confess, this McAlpin guy, he's somebody.
There you
So
go. There you go. Well, you have to live up to it then. I can't
I
wait
no,
to.
I can only say that the gene pool has been diluted,
Oh, well.
especially based upon how I played at Colin and now how I'm playing here. So, whatever.
Oh, I'm sure.
Whatever.
So what we'll have to do is just turn it around and have you play the Austrians at Colon and see if David and I can do any better.
Exactly, and then you'll see just how bad I really am at playing this game.
I
Knowing
don't
the
know.
rules,
I mean, remember
knowing
that
the rules
there
is a
was
long way from playing well.
well, remember that one fella, I can't remember what his name was, that Kirk something or other, who would always post in the comments, "There's no way the Prussians can win at Colon." Right at the end of
Yes.
every single one of our videos, he would
Yeah.
always write that, yeah, I enjoy
Yeah.
watching you play, but there's no point. The
Right.
Prussians might as well just give up now, you know.
Great.
And I'm
Thanks.
like, hold my beer, wait for my next roll, Have you not seen how badly the Austrians have been rolling? Really, really?
Well, I tell you, it was a pretty fun game because there was some excitement there towards the end.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there was some good smashing of lines against each other and lots of the usual bedlam and running around and chaos. It's just that there weren't nearly enough Prussian troops to pull that off.
Yeah. No, you needed to
So
multiply them a little bit more. Let's see here. Well,
seems like.
yeah. So Danny says, I got to learn a lot about the artillery. Good. Yeah. Danny tuned in last night. And Grim Reaper says, Monty clearly does not have a face. Well, I've seen his face. He does have one. He is not a faceless creature there. Yes. Count William Fermor was Russian, but was of Scottish, Lutheran, Baltic, German descent.
Good heavens.
Yes, that's from Grim Harbinger. So
Got around.
Yeah, apparently so.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
And Perry says he just ordered Zorndorf from Noble Knight's sale. I guess there was a sale in Noble Knights. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there was one. I saw some ads for it. Yeah. That's great.
And then the other thing that Danny learned that he's going to remind us about is don't pronounce the T in Marat. So
Okay, but how likely is that tonight?
It is quite unlikely that that's
Okay.
going to happen. The only French that are here are mercenaries,
Right.
and none of them with the name Marat. So,
Never fear, we will mispronounce some names tonight.
I'm sure we've got a host of them to try to deal with,
yeah.
both German and Russian there.
It's
so,
just and incomprehensible to anyone who speaks the language.
yeah. Well, and don't
So,
ask us
yeah.
to try to read the name of the towns, given how the Germanic script is on this map.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's as if the names weren't going to be hard enough, but then I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, it's like you
Oh,
have to
man.
realize that the F's are actually double S's or something, right?
Right, but that's the least of my problems.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the hill that you guys are marching across.
Right. The
To
Fuchsberg.
me, yeah.
We're gonna have a long U with that sound. The Fuchsberg.
The Fuchsberg.
There we go.
I could have advanced a little farther, and it could have really been Fucht.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
we're at the beginning of a new turn, right? We are
We
at
are.
the start of the
10:20.
10:20. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Let's chuck some dice.
I guess
right.
we ought to chuck some dice. And what is it? +3 to you knuckleheads?
yep.
Yeah.
Until
just
Frederick falls off his
ridiculous.
horse. So
I don't even know why I don't even know why I bother. Okay. All right.
that's one for
There's
us.
one for the bad guys.
All right. Hey, you got anything exciting you want to do, Mr. David?
Nope, nope. Let's do something exciting there for make sure we're uh, set in the center there. And
Okay. Well, I think we are. We've got your cavalry covering my guns, and I think if we activate when we activate that group of dragoons, we'll activate the guns at the same stroke, so that they can proceed forward because they can fire and then prolong, and then the dragoons will be there to cover them. So we'll just keep marching them forward until they obliterate everything in their path.
all right.
So yeah, so situation normal. Um, let's see, what else do we want to do? So do you have anything in particular that you need, want, or desire to have done?
Nope, nope. I'm in good place, I think, here. So
Okay, all right. Well, we've got a single activation. Um, oh yeah, we have somebody here telling us that Fuchs means fox. So Fuchs Hill is Fox Hill.
Yeah, well, it's not what it means in Ireland, I promise you.
Well, I'll take your word for it. We're not in Ireland, so
Well, I'm well
we're
traveled.
not
What
in
can I say?
Kansas anymore. All right.
There is a unit here
Yep.
is flipped upside down.
Oh, how exciting. It's
Don't
probably
know
when I
why.
flipped the unit over, when I flipped the leader over, it probably flipped the unit in
Oh,
the same
maybe you
stroke.
select the whole.
Yeah,
Well, maybe so. All right. I just thought I'd throw that in there for you.
I appreciate that.
My
Um,
pleasure.
cool. Let's see. Um, hmm, hmm.
It's
All
okay. You can
right.
give one to me. It's all right. No hard feelings.
Yeah. No, I'll activate these guns, and how about I'll activate this command here, router. So we'll go ahead and do some firing first, and we are at a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, a whole whopping 11. So we are times 2 at this range. So this chap will fire here,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got 3 increments, so that's going to be 6 to 10. And you've got what, 3 plus 8? No. How much is your
Yeah.
artillery worth? 8? Okay.
Well, it's 4
Yeah, yeah,
each.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you're
Yeah.
at, I guess, what, 11? So I'll have a plus 10. So 6 to 10, that's a 1 to 2 shot with a plus 10. Here we go. That's going to be a
Oh.
99, and that's going to be good enough for a single hit.
All right. Gotcha.
Okay, then the chap next door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess he's going to fire on this hex.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got 4 increments times 2. So he's
1
going
to
to
one and a
be
half.
8. Yep, with a plus 10 still. Here we go. And that's going to be a 70 something. I don't think that is
I
a
think you
hit.
need an 80 at 1 to 1.5.
Yep. So that's a miss. And then this chap here, who can he fire at? I guess he could fire at this guy here. I don't know if he can
Mm-hmm.
do anything to him, can he?
Probably not, because it's gonna be you're not gonna get the pluses. I guess you will get plus 10 because it's still an 8,
Okay,
even though there's
well,
just guns there. But you'd need 2 hits, and I don't know how you're getting 2 hits at 1 to 1.5. Do you get that over 100?
yes, if I get over
yeah,
100. So if I roll, I guess in
Okay,
the
so
90s, I
90 or
might
that'll
pull
better.
it
work.
off. Here we go.
Yeah,
Here we go. Here's
90
your
or better.
90. Oh, no, not today.
Wow, that is my 90. Yeah.
All right,
That's me pointing at the left field fence.
they will all advance 1 hex so that they're a little closer next time. Now they'll be times 3. next turn. So let's mark them as finished. And voila, that's done. Now, oh, what are we going to do with these other chaps? We're going to 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then the leader, oh, he's got a guy here. They'll just move right up there. Bingo. Everybody's happy. Sneaking along. Getting ready to hit you there when you're not paying attention.
Do you want to keep the leader that far forward, or do you? Because you're going to keep him in range of what's his name, right?
Oh, yeah. So I guess I could have him, well, what's his range? 4 probably? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then,
He's is he part of that?
No, he was referring to the commander's own range.
All right.
yeah, he's 4, right?
Yeah.
And then this guy, I think he's part of Conit's. Yes, he is. So he's got to stay within 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. He's
Yep.
fine.
All right.
All right, time for
Fair.
me to throw the dice. Here we go.
Yep.
75. That's going to move the clock.
Why, I have just the man for the job.
There you go. All right, and that's another one for us. So, David, do you have anything exciting you want to do?
No. Why don't you do the other artillery and whatever we're going to do with that around there?
So, yeah, I mean, so if we fire them and prolong them, then the idea would be that we would do that in concert with an activation of these dragoons. So that way,
Yeah.
then the dragoons can still cover everybody's flanks and all that good stuff. So, all right, so let's go ahead and take some shots, shall we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Well, this guy here can fire at that guy there at a range of 9. That's going to be
Times 3.
times 3, so that's going to be 12 to 10. So it's a 1-to-1 shot. You've got 8 points there, so it's a plus 10.
I'm sorry, which target?
So he's firing at this one here. So this
that's
guy
an
here is firing at that guy there.
Okay, it's an 8 though. It's not a 10 because it's taking a hit already.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the die roll modifier.
Yeah.
Wanted you to be sure.
And so that's a 67 at 1-to-1. That's not anything. Cool. This guy will fire at this chap over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A range of 10. And they are times 3 still. Okay. So that's going to be a 1-to-1. And that should still be, I guess that's going to be a plus 10 also. Here we go. And that's going to be an 83 at 1-to-1. That is enough for a single hit on that guy right there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll fire this guy here. We'll fire on that chap there. And it should be the same thing, a 1-to-1 with a plus 10. Here we go. 0-7. Something exciting happened. Artillery, 0-7. Smoke and dust. Reroll, but subtract 10 from the roll for each hex of the range. Oh my gosh. Well, we don't even need to bother, I guess, right?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Minus 90?
Yeah.
Okay. Let us know how that works for you.
Okay, and Control N finishes them, and they will advance 1 hex. Bingo. All right. So, David, go ahead and move your dragoons. We're just doing the creeping barrage. We're moving forward, blasting, moving forward, blasting.
the do you need that hex at all, or can I bring?
You can put somebody there if you want them to. Sure.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Here and go here and oops. One, two, three, four. Let's do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. See. Go to there and 2, 3, 5. There and who does he have to stay in what of the commander? So does he just in range of Frederick, or does he see part of? Yeah.
So Marshall, yeah, he's a cavalry commander, so he just needs to be within range of Frederick, not to have to roll for initiative.
Right.
But so that's kind of standard stuff.
All right. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. All right, that should do it.
Cool. All right, it's your turn to roll the
I
dice.
roll. Boom.
Yep.
9-0.
9-0. That is a special something for the Prussians. 9-0. Hasty orders. Other player picks one of your commands, which is activated. Oh my goodness. This could tip the whole battle.
I don't think that's true.
No, I'm being facetious.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad.
I mean, it's not like command confusion, which is the one that is more problematic.
Mhm.
This is just like for this. I'm thinking like if you were going to say pick this command because then
Yeah.
these guys haven't moved yet, and so then these
Right.
guys are stuck, and so then if I move them, then the guys behind, so
Yeah, yeah.
that's the
No,
only
no.
way that I would see this kind of where you picking something to be inconvenient for us.
Well, I think it's one of those. I mean, yes, that is an example. Although to be clear, it's not as bad as you think it is. And the reason I say that is because, and I've never understood why this is okay, but there's really no harm to moving through those other units.
Oh, really? Oh, I could just pass through them?
As long as they are the same facing and they don't exceed stacking, and I mean, what else? No one's shaken, no one's
Right, right,
disordered. It just, if you look through the list of the things that cause what the game calls a pass-through event,
right.
which requires you to roll for disorder, two lines of troops can just march right through each other like they're not even there. And
Huh.
I've never understood why that's okay. It always struck me awfully generous. I mean, because, if you've got enough guys in the square, excuse me, enough guys in the hex,
Right.
that you can fire 4 strength points, that tells me you go from one end of the hex to the other.
Right.
So how exactly is another group marching through you without it being a problem? And I don't really know what the explanation is,
Yeah.
because there is no explanation. It's just that's what the game says. Now, obviously, you couldn't march northeast and block your own guns, because then you'd be moving through cavalry, and then there'd be disorder
Right.
checks.
Right.
And but I assume that wasn't what you were doing anyway.
Nope. Nope.
So really, this is one of those ones that um, it's kind of like it has to be a very specific set of circumstances for it to be useful, I
Okay.
think, where you really want the other guy to come right into your gun so you get one last whack at him before you get to activate. Or yeah, I don't really
Well,
know.
I guess it could be if, well, say for example, you had somebody had a cavalry command that wanted to wait until later in the term to react to the other guy's
Absolutely,
cavalry.
yeah,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Or, as an example, if I picked those dragoons,
Right.
and of course those artillery don't get to fire with the dragoons,
Right.
right? So you're kind of forcing a command to activate all by its lonesome self instead of being able to pick and choose. And so that
Ah.
could be
Okay.
another kind of way, but still, boy, it feels like pretty thin beer to me. Um, just it's hard to go, oh yeah, clearly this is the game changer.
Yeah, because we didn't. I don't recall us having something like this in either Colon
Uh,
or
I'm
Prague, did
pretty
we?
sure there's one in Fontenoy. Pretty sure there is. I could be wrong about that. There's also some other great ones. Vive le Roi, for example, where you literally must take that command and advance to contact to the enemy.
Oh wow. Okay.
That one's a lot of fun when somebody's on the strategic defensive and you make one of his commands come out.
Yeah.
at you.
Here
I love that.
at Colon it was battle tempo, where you can
Oh yeah,
move the end turn marker up or
that's
down.
that is usually what 9 is in almost
Okay.
all the games. That's true, is up or down, right? Oh gosh, so yeah, I'm thinking to myself that I'm struggling to figure out what the one time that it is nice is if there's like a road column,
Okay.
then you order the second formation on a road column, because they can't use the road because the road's full with
Right.
the formation in front of them. That's a really good time for it.
Hmm.
Because then what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, oh boy, yeah. I'm looking, and the trouble also is in this case, uh, you're gonna get to move everybody you want,
Yeah.
and so all I'm changing is the order.
Yeah.
Whereas if this special event were flipped around, um, I may not get to move everybody, so it really might matter, right?
Right.
Anyway, well, all right. You know what? I can't. I'm desperately looking for why I would want to do something. Um, let's do Malakowski over here on the Sadlet side.
Oh, okay. The little horsey's over there. All
Hmm.
right. Well, and so he can move, but um, like the guns that are over here couldn't
That's
move.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a formation just for him and everybody who's in command of him.
Okay.
But no independence unless they happen to be stacked, which of course since our artillery they can't be.
Okay. That's cool. I can handle that. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Well, the good news is I can move them before you have a shot at them again. um, all right. So I think everyone's in command. They're all within range and they're
Yeah,
all
should be.
touching their
Yeah.
colleagues there.
Hmm.
So, um, let me move my map a little bit. So we're going to move these guys forward. So
I have to roll me a
one.
command.
Oh, do I have to roll to be in command? I guess I would. So let's roll one die.
Yeah, this is just a normal activation. So yeah, everything that you'd normally do,
Yep.
you do.
Okay. So he's in command for what it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're
No,
all.
wouldn't he be over one? Oh no, okay, you have
Yeah,
that.
they-
No,
Yeah.
it was odd the way they were configured there.
Yeah. So now this guy, if we can tract him into one, or actually, what? If we pivot him, so say I want to pivot him like
That's
that.
two.
No, wait, where's
Pivot
he
him backwards?
at? That's not what I wanted to do. I hit the wrong
What?
key.
What?
Okay.
All right. So
So
first of
if
all, is that where that's where you started, right?
That's where I started, yeah. So it
Okay.
would be a
All
case
right.
where he'd pivot, he'd wheel that way,
So
right?
so
So this
so you want
this
him
hex is
you want him
going from.
there at the end of the day.
No, no. He's going to keep moving.
Oh no. But that's the rotation you want.
Yeah,
him
that's
to
the
do.
rotation I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other way
Well,
would be he'd be backing up, kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's why I thought that was kind of nuts. But yeah, that's two movement points. I think we've agreed.
Okay. And then then this is going to be 3.
Mhm.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then I guess this darker slope cost 1 for him to go down. So that would be 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oof.
Wait a
no.
minute. I'm not sure why that would be 4-5. Help me out. Oh, yes. I see it now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm actually thinking but it'd be better to just consolidate him, maybe.
Well, you make a better target that way.
I know. That I'm looking at him, I'm like, so if I consolidated him, it would cost 2, or I could do a
That's right.
backwards movement, right? I just do a line backup, right?
A line back up where?
From
Oh,
from
there?
where he was to there.
Yeah, that'd cost you 2.
That cost me 2. Okay.
Okay. Then what?
Well, and then if I pivot again, and that's going to cost me 2. That's 4. No. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Okay. I will have this guy line back up as well. And then and that's it. No, I gotta have. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out.
I don't.
If you're gonna do that, this
Yeah.
guy's gonna have to.
He's going to have to move back as well, right?
Yeah, otherwise he's going to be out of command because he's not
Yep,
contiguous
'cause he's
with the
not-
rest of
yep.
them.
All
Right.
right.
Now the other thing is that all 3 of them need to do disorder checks because they did line back up
Yep,
with a
that's fine.
+5.
So let's go ahead. We'll start at the top and work our way down.
Mhm.
So here we go. First one
Mhm.
passes. Second one passes. Third one, a 22.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, 18. He passed.
And you're gonna need to put your commander like.
Yep.
Right
He's
there.
got to go somewhere there to be in the middle.
Well, now hold on. It was +5. 18 + 5 is 23. You missed that one.
Oh, is it +5 for each
For
hex?
line back up.
Okay.
Line back up. Yeah.
Okay. So that's not a problem. We will mark him as disordered. Cool. And then 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3. So if we put the commander here, then he can stretch out to this guy and stretch it down to that guy, right?
I suppose so, yeah.
I don't know. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Okie doke. Well, that's magnificent. I guess it's my roll.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. It's it's David's roll because David rolled a special result, and that is how we do it, even though there's nothing in the rules that says so.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, David. There we go.
There we go.
That's another one for us.
That's a wing if we wanted, I think.
That's
Oh,
really
it
not
is.
surprising anyone, by the way. Just FYI.
Yes. Well, David's comment was, by the time he leaves, we'll probably have all the Prussians done. So then you and I can just sit around and get the rest of the battle done, the Russian activation done. Do you have anything that you want to move wing wise?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't necessarily have anything wingding wise I want to move either. I guess I could. I'll activate these guns over here and move them and fire, and then I'll activate this guy here, this command, and have them. So let's do the firing first and the guns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll fire on this hex here at a range of 10. We are times 3. And so we have 12. So it's a 1-to-1 shot with, I guess, a plus 10. So here we go. And that's a nothing. All right. And then these guys will move up 1, 2, 3. And this guy will go 1. Oh, no, they'll only go up 2. So 1, 2, and then they will turn this way 3. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So everybody is Control N, Control N, and Control N. Cool. All right. These guys, where do I want them? 1, 2, 3. So these guys are going to all together, they're going to turn. Oops, let's highlight them. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's it for them. And let's make sure I just flip the leader and not the whole hex. Okay. All right. It's back to you, Michael. Oh, that's going to move the clock. And that's another one for us. So, what do you want to move, David?
Oh, I may do Braunschweig.
Okay.
And I will activate the 2 artillery units in front of them. Actually, there's 4 of them there, but 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And okay.
All right. All right, over to me. Ooh, it's a tie.
But not enough to move the clock.
And now it's yours, but not enough
Okay.
to move the clock.
All right. Good times.
And that's a wing for him, isn't it?
It is. It's a wing and a prayer.
And where are those wing leaders? Yeah. Good doke. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Good times. Um. I'm doing exactly what I shouldn't be doing. I'm moving too much, and I shouldn't be moving this much. I hate where the Russians start, and it's dumb, and so I feel the need to move stuff, and that's a losing game. So that's that's what's happening here. Uh. Okay. Let's go. I mean, it's really difficult to make this decision. Well, I mean, because history tells me that I probably get to move everybody I want to move.
Yeah.
Um, and and history also tells me that I'm probably going to get to move maybe one, maybe two before all yours have moved. So it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, who cares? It, it's hard to make a decision because it's like, is there one where it actually would matter? Not clear. Um, uh, two.
Grim Harbinger says, at least you're not the Austrians at Hohenlinden.
Well, since I haven't played that game, you're right.
Yeah. I don't know. Do they have Hohenlinden?
No, no. In fact, I've never seen a game of it from any publisher, to be honest with you.
Mm.
There might be, but if there is, I haven't seen it. Okay. One, two, three, four. All right, we'll go ahead and activate these cavalry here.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna roll. Oh, that was not what I wanted to roll. That's what I wanted to roll. So he's not in command. Okay. And let's see. Nobody's disordered. Nobody's out of command. All good. All right. 2, 1, 2. It's 3, 4 for the lead guy. 5, 6. One, two, three, and it's
Plus
4,
one.
5. Yeah, I mean it's 4, 5, whatever. Um, yeah, that'll do. All right. I think it's your roll, Eric.
Okay, here we go. A 0-6. That's one for the Russians. That is a special rally. So I don't know that you've got anybody disordered or route or
I've got
routed.
a disordered guy back in the observation corps.
Ah, okay.
I mean, I don't know if that's the only one. Might be the only one. Yeah, I guess so. So, all right. So we'll do this guy back here. Oh, can't, because he's an independent unit and he's not stacked with anybody. So never mind. So
okay.
roll again.
Here we go. An 8-0. Well, that's one for the Prussians. Leader initiative. No. Yeah, leader initiative. Pick one command for free movement segment only. Initiative required.
Okay.
So this is where we get to move twice potentially, right?
Well, yeah, because this doesn't use up your activation. It's a free, as in free beer, movement segment only if you can roll your initiative.
Right.
So it's better with cavalry, but whatever.
Okay.
It's still free, so who cares?
Yeah, can't complain. Free is free. So, David, do you have anything that you want to try to double time?
No, let's see. Wait, let me think about that.
I can't hear you very well, David.
Did you move your microphone above your head?
Yeah, I sneezed before and I didn't want to do it directly into it, so I stuck it up there. But all right,
People
yeah,
enjoy the sneeze. It lends authenticity to the live stream.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Maybe let's go for what's this? Gablentz.
Who is that?
Looking.
That's this guy
Ah,
here.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Or
I, I,
let me reconsider that. Actually, that's so I can move the one I've already finished here.
Yeah, you could move
yeah, that's
Braunschweig
right.
if he
Yeah,
passes his initiative.
it's totally free as long as he passes the initiative roll.
Um, let's try for him because I have a slight wouldn't mind changing him slightly there.
Okay. Chuck a
All right,
die.
let's
See what
see
you get.
what and
Oh,
he
you did it.
did. All right.
But now the guns don't move, just the
Correct.
infantry. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
guns don't move. Only there
One,
we go. 1,
two,
2.
um, let's see, three, and four,
Okay,
and
3 and 4.
four.
All right.
And I will keep the commander where he is. Yeah, good. All right.
All right, that was a special. So
Here we
whoever
go. Let me roll
rolls, Eric.
again. Another special. This
Another
is just
special.
nothing
You're
but
just loving
specials.
this moment in the sun, aren't you?
This
Other
is
player
a
pick
free
one of your
combat.
commands that may
No,
be
command
finished
confusion.
initiative
Yeah,
request.
yeah. So pick one. So, any particular command we want to throw a wrench into?
Oh, I'm picking one of yours, and it's the double roll business. Yeah.
Oh, do you get it? Because it was a 0-3. So that means it's a Russian one. Other player
Oh, so
picks one of your
oh,
commands,
okay.
which
All
may be
right. So
finished.
you guys pick one of mine. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is one of those kind of funny two-edged things, especially in the case of a game where there's no guarantee that the guy without initiative even gets to do
Right.
all the things he wants. You're actually letting him do something. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, do I really want to?
So, let's see. Got anybody out in your end of the woods you want to slow down or impede in some way, David?
No, I'm good over there. Thanks.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. He put some cavalry out there, huh?
Let's see. Then how about we? How about we? Who is this? Yeah, how about we do something with some of these guys that are in the back that are kind of moving up as reinforcements or whatnot. I don't know.
Who you got in mind?
I'm thinking maybe this guy here.
Okay, the
His name is
Kokoshkin.
Kokoshkin.
Kokoshkin. You have to say it with enough Russian. Kokoshkin. Little more emphasis, please.
Emphasis.
Emphasis on the syllable. Well, he's a
Oh,
six,
he's
brother, so
pretty
I'm
good.
going to
Yeah.
roll twice and whack it up. I'll screw them both up. Check it out.
Okay. Well, I guess
That's
he's not going to be
all
moving.
part of my cunning plan.
There you go. Now let's see if I can roll something that doesn't include a 0. Oh my God! It's another one. That's the same thing.
Same thing. All
Same
right.
thing,
Who else?
different place.
Who else amongst this?
Oh my
Amongst
gosh.
this strategy that's working so well.
Let's inflict it on your cavalry out here on the far end of the universe.
All right. I mean, that's a bit of an odd choice, but all
Well,
right.
I don't
Sure,
know what else to
whatever.
do.
It's free beer.
You
All
probably
right,
have
that's
half of it.
movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, that's as good as no movement. So, um, I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and do 1, 2. Well, okay, that's not what I wanted. That's 2. And then, Kachinkow, where the 3? All right.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can not roll a 0. Hey, we did it. And we just barely squeaked out the initiative. So, all right. Got anything you want to move, David?
Well, I can finish with my, or not finish with it, but
Yeah,
continue with that.
goblins, I guess.
Yeah, the guys in the center
Gesundheit.
here. Goblins. Yep, that's
God bless you. Isn't that what you say when someone sneezes? God bless
Exactly.
you.
Exactly.
all right. Let's see. So it's 2 to contract, right?
Hmm.
All right. So let's.
Strange.
3,
I'm
4.
I'm looking through the Battles for Quebec rules, and there are, for a little atmosphere, a few
Right.
quotes from the era. Strangely,
4.
2 of them are from Montcalm. One of them is in English and one of them is in French, and I don't know why he would have been using a different language.
Huh.
But I liked this one because, of course, I studied French in school. C'est une affaire sérieuse.
There you go.
That's pretty serious, right? I mean, that's got a little more je ne sais quoi than if you'd said it in English. It is a serious affair.
And I guess it's. Oh, and let's see.
Eh?
I'm going to activate this artillery with that too.
Sure.
Let's see. All right, so we don't have to do that. There.
Oh, can you stack that much?
Probably.
No.
Clear terrain.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yep.
6. Artillery, yeah, 8 in clear terrain. That's a formidable little stack.
Makes me think it's time for me to call in the A10 Warthog.
Yeah, pretty much. Just roll those guys up and start unloading.
Actually, let's see. Do it.
I mean, they're kind of strangely matched, but there's no particular reason not to keep them in the same hex. It's, obviously one of them can fire a hell of a lot farther than the other, but whatever.
No, they both actually have the same range.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay, I guess
7-pound howitzers go out to 14 as well.
Oh, okay.
They're not terribly effective out there.
Not very effective, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, then, by all means, carry on.
But having them together like that means that even at an extreme range, you'd be firing.
They can fire together. Yeah.
They'd be at.
Yeah.
You'd have 10.
Which is fairly absurd, because if the whole point of it is that one batteries in one area can all kind of like watch fall of shot together. Well, clearly, a howitzer isn't going to be able to do much for fall of shot compared to a regular gun, right? Whatever. It's all good.
I'm going to do that. All right.
You know what I loved, and I don't know why I'd gotten to be as old as I was. I read the what's the name of it? The Last Stand of the Tin Can Sailors.
Okay.
Great book about the Battle off Samar in 1944. A great book. One of those. If somebody wrote this story, you wouldn't believe it. But since it's an actual history, you go, well, okay, I guess it's true. But what I didn't know, and it makes perfect sense, is that they would put dye into, well, I guess the explosives,
Right.
so that you would know when you fired from a battery that, oh, those yellow ones, that's us.
Right.
And maybe another ship would have red ones or whatever. And how obvious and yet how genius is that, right? The big plume of
Mhm.
water is going to have color. You might as well go ahead and take advantage of it, right?
Yeah.
Hard to do that here in Zorndorf.
Right. So we got another one.
Of course. So let's see here. So let me just check so we have some semblance of our command together. All right. I've got Reuter, Dietrich, and Fleming. All right. And of course, none of them are where they're supposed to be, but what can you do? And Teufel has got those two guys. All right. Okay, I'm going to move. I think I will move then. Dietrich, who's here, and then I'll activate these two dragoons. And David, why don't you just move those dragoons? Right, you wanted them. These two independent dragoons.
Um, well, I was just going to move them right here up into here right now.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and
The
move them while I
same,
move. Yeah,
the same guys were at Luthen. Same
yeah.
uniforms, same commander, same everything.
One,
1, 2, 3.
two,
1, 2, 3.
4, 5,
And these guys will go
6.
1, 2, and 3 gets them there. And then that is Dietrich is their man. And he can go there and fleep. Okay. All right. That's it for me. It's back to you, Michael. 62. It's another one for us and another wingding activation if we want it to be. Who else do you want to move? You can move your cavalry, David. Or who else hasn't moved yet? Bulow hasn't moved yet.
All right, let's see.
We got the guns that are down there at Wilkersdorf on the road, haven't moved yet.
Yeah. All right, we can. Let's let's move them out. There, 3. So we'll do them. Well, let's do. I guess Zeton.
Okay.
See, he's only a brigade commander here, right? So he's not a. He was a wing commander, but at the other one, right?
Well, he certainly was at well,
At
yeah, at
Prague,
Cohen
yeah.
and at Prague as well. Yeah.
Could be son of Zeton.
Son of Zeton. All right, and we'll fire this gun here. He's got a long shot at this guy here. 8 is plus 10, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's 1 to 3 plus 10. So it's, I gotta roll high. That's not high enough. And all right, let's move him forward 1. And let's see. 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2. All right. That will do. All right, on to you, Michael.
I think Michael threw that one.
I
Oh,
did.
Yep.
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Then
It's another
you
one for us. You want to move some more cavalry or somebody else?
Sure. Let's move that. I'll move. What's his name here? Brett Bredow. All right. So he can contract 1, 2, 3, and then expand 4, 5.
Sure.
All right. And this guy's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's going to go 1, 2, and this one is going to go um, 1, 2, 3, and keep that. All right.
Does he need to move?
Me. Nope. He doesn't need to. I think
Oh, okay. Did you want to move those guns that are down there on the road to Wilkersdorf?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I did do them there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 6, and 1, 6. All right.
Okay. That was my roll.
On to me.
Yep.
Boom. Moving right along. And another one for
Another
us.
one for us.
Shocking no one.
Yeah, indeed. Um, okay, well, I've got a few more people I can shuffle around out here. So let's see. Fleming has not moved yet. So we can move Fleming up. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's got a big outfit, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's the reserve, huh?
Yeah, he is. He's the heavy hitter. He's coming in to sweep the field there at the end. Um, so 1, 2, 3, and 4 gets that guy there. 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess gets that guy there. 1, 2, 3, and 4 gets that guy there. And Fleming can just go right there in the middle of everybody. Let's see. Man.
He could have made it here turn the other way if you want him to face
Oh,
forward.
okay. That's fine. Okay. All right. And the king will probably move forward a few hexes, right? This turn.
I wouldn't do
Just
him
trying
this
to,
turn.
we're not moving him
Okay.
now, but I'm just trying to
Right.
get a sense of where he's going to go. So Conitz, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we move the king up to here,
Yeah. That'll be fine because then
yeah,
I'll move.
then I'll move Conitz.
Then I'll move. What's his name here to forward 2 when I do Bulow there. So
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I'll move Conitz, and that way he'll be where he needs to be. Okay. Keep everybody happy. Okay. All right. I think it's over to I don't know
back to
who.
Michael.
Yep.
I think I did that last one. Yeah.
Oh, that's another one for us. It's a wing activation if we wanted to do that. So I've got with the exception of one infantry on this side. Um, I've got all my infantry moved. I still have the heavy cavalry to do something with if I feel so possessed.
Right. I got Beulah left here, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't have anybody that I desperately need to move. Do you have anybody that needs to move around or?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll do Beulah, and then we'll be complete, and I'll move my hussars. I think while I'm doing that. Uh, no, I don't have to move any of those guys. Okay. Where's those guys around there? Okay. All right, so they'll go for there. All right. Okay, so let's go with Bulow here. Let's see, how do I want to move him?
I don't think you want to go through the woods.
No, no,
This is when I miss my Grenzers. Give me my Grenzers.
see, and then Cal behind. All right, so let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Are you sure you want to go that way? Or keep everybody together? Isn't Bulow with, don't you have your wing commander over here somewhere?
Yeah, he's
With donuts. Donut. Oh, I guess he.
Donuts.
let's see. Where were they? Okay.
Hey, if I'm allowed to make dumb mistakes, you guys are too.
1,
I don't really understand what the big deal is here.
2, 3, 4, and then this one's gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one's gonna have 1, 2, and this one's here, and his here, and whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and does he need 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, he needs to move. He's moving up to there. All right. So he's done, and let's see. And the independents here. Do I need to move the hussars anywhere?
I would wait if you don't need to move them. Just kind of
Yeah.
keep them there. We can always just have, do these guys need to move?
Nope. Everybody's in command there. So he's commands these two.
Right.
And he's keeping these guys in command and this guy because we can activate
Oh,
these
okay. Cool.
as the
It's kind of
wing
magical.
if we. Right.
Well, I mean, these guys are independent, so couldn't they move anyway? I mean,
Yeah.
do you have to
Well,
roll for them or?
normally have to roll for him if he wasn't there, but since they're in range of him, they're
Oh, okay.
automatically.
I didn't know that. I thought the independents could move.
Well, no, because if they're not in reach of anybody, either the command leader or another non-command leader, then they have to roll against their own effectiveness rating to put themselves in command.
Okay.
So it is still possible for them to be out of command if they're truly just off on their own.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is a good use of kind of a supernumerary non-command leader.
Okay. That's cool. I'm glad you mentioned that because otherwise I would like, okay, just move here, there, whatever. So that's good to know. So then obviously the artillery that I had that was moving over here because it was within range of the cavalry commanders and people like that, it was in command. Otherwise, the
Yeah,
artillery
and
would have to
remember
roll for initiative.
you can't rapid march them anyway.
Oh, okay. So that
So
really has no
so
effect.
if you think about it, were you going to move into an enemy zone of control with them? No. Were you
No.
going to rapid march them? Well, no. So it didn't matter.
Right.
But yes, in that case, they might have been within reach of Seydlitz anyway.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
Now remember, it's not good enough to be within reach of another command leader, not the one activating. It either needs to be the command leader activating or a non-command leader, any
Ah,
non-command
okay.
leader. So it's not quite as loose as that. It's just that usually people are activating independent units that are near the formation that's being activated.
Right.
Not always, but frequently. And if that's the case, then it's pretty easy. But otherwise, yeah, that's when it starts, you know, it starts being helpful to be like David and think in advance about your non-command leaders.
Okay. Cool. I think it's up to me to roll now. So here we go. 84. That's going to move the clock. All right. And that's another one for us. And let's see here. I can. I really don't have anything to do with this heavy cavalry yet. So I'll leave them where they're at. So we'll just go ahead and flip their leader over. Flip. And
All right.
then I
I'm
will.
going to bug out here. I guess
Okay.
my son's flight is a little early, and but everything of mine has been moved other than those hussars over there. So I don't anticipate them really. They're fine pretty much where they are. But if you see some need to move them after he moves his Cossacks or something like that, but we're probably at the last chance or almost last chance for that anyway. So
Okay. All right. Yeah. I've at
so,
this point, I'll just hold off on moving this and just kind of let stuff go, and then I'll move the king at the very end. So,
yep.
okay, that's it for me. All right.
Okay.
Be well, David. I'll
I,
see you
I
then
will see
tomorrow
you
evening.
guys next. Yep,
Yep.
tomorrow, and I'll see Michael. See you next Sunday. Huh?
All right. Take
Okay.
care.
All
Happy
right.
Thanksgiving.
Bye bye.
Yes.
Same to you. Same to you.
Okay. So, Michael, it's your turn to roll the dice. And that'll move the clock again. And this is one for us, but we'll let you have it. We're feeling generous.
Alrighty. Well, I don't really know why I'm in a rush to go figure this out, but I'm going to go look for something here. It's really dumb for me to be doing. This is what happens though when suddenly you're forced to actually make a decision.
Are you reading a rule, or are you just trying to figure out
Yeah, no,
who to
that's
move?
no. In this case, that is exactly what I'm doing. Okay, all right, all right. Okay, all right. All right. I guess we'll go ahead and do somebody. Surely somebody. Again, so much of it, it's like it doesn't matter. I don't. It's like, why am I even worrying about it? All right. Let's just do G, wherever the hell he is. He's out here in the middle.
Okay.
He's nowhere near a leader. I have no idea where his leader is and don't care. Okay. Everybody's in command. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. probably a lot of the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's got a range of 3, so that's probably the simplest thing to do, and we'll just do that. And then we'll move these artillery units who magically show up in these hexes after the infantry move out.
What about this artillery?
Yeah, same problem. All right, so they go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's that. And Qingao. Did I? Yeah, okay, I did. All right. Okay, so that's it for that one.
Cool.
Back to you.
Yep. 52. That's one for me. Go ahead and take it, Michael.
All right, we're going to go ahead and do these knuckleheads over here. Nearly worthless.
Go ahead and flash me on the screen where you're at.
Way over here in the observation
okay.
core. And a lot of them are out of command. But in spite of being out of command, they can kind of turn like so. That's 1, 2. That's all their movement points.
Right.
And that's 1, 2. That's all their movement points.
Those are some big regiments.
Yeah, they're big and worthless. Okay, that's 1, 2, and that's all their movement points. He's not out of command, but so what? Um, one, two, three. And then, boy, I'd have to go look at the
Trying to get across the little creek
charts.
there.
Well, I'm trying to figure out,
The little
do I go
stream
in?
is +1 if they're in line.
Yeah, that's great. Um, one, two, one,
It'd be 3, 4 for that guy to get across the creek.
three.
Little side shuffle.
Yeah, this is largely worthless. Okay. I will go ahead and activate some of these guns and try to make something useful out of them. One, two, three, 4, and 1, 2. Mm, mm, 3, 4. It probably cost me 2 to move across that
The little stream,
stream.
yeah, for the artillery, it's +2.
All right, so that's 4. He's just moved there, so he's done and he's done. And he probably should be done. I just haven't bothered to make him done yet. Um, what am I going to do here? Oh, screw it. I'll just put him there. Oh, F me. Um, all right, there we go. All right, so that's that.
And does
And
this guy need to be marked as finished as well?
yeah, of course he
Okay.
does.
All right, it's your
All
turn to
right.
roll. That's another one for us. I'll let you take it.
Hmm.
I see the beginnings of a line forming. Consolidation.
Don't kid yourself. All right. I guess do we do where the hell's the rest of that guy's command? You'd think I'd know these things since I'm in charge. Oh, turns out that L.I. and
Yes.
you look a lot alike. And guess what? They're right next to each other. Especially if you got old guy eyes like, say, I do. So, wow, that is messed up. That is you. Okay, all right, I guess I'll do you. I mean, what the heck? I don't have to roll for him. He's right next to Firmer, so
Right.
that's okay.
So
Um,
you're over here, right?
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. Um, it's probably a complete waste of time firing my guns.
You never
2,
know.
4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I doubt I can even hit at 11 with 8-pounders, can I?
8-pounders. Your range is 9.
Yep, exactly. Um, then I won't bother firing. See how easy that was? So they're going to move there. And these guys are going to move, although I'm going to move them one at a time because I can't really tell what I'm doing otherwise. That's 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And he'll advance to there. And I think that's all of them. I think that's all of you.
Okay.
Oh, do it again. All right. All right. So that's you. All right. Over to you.
Yep. Here we go. A 92. That doesn't quite move the clock. I'll let you have that one.
Why are you letting me have it?
Why not?
Well, you still have one left, right?
I know I do, but I'm once I move it, then I can't move anything else. So I'm waiting to see what you do. If you move the Cossacks, if I need to move the Hussars. So I'm just,
Okay.
yeah, I'm
All
just kind
right.
of holding off.
All right.
Plus, you never
Okay.
know. Might get a special thing, a special thingy.
Could get a special thingy. We can't rule that out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. we'll do LE. Where is he? He is physically right here in the middle.
Okay.
Spiritually, there's no telling where he is.
Like much of the Russian army in that regard.
Mm, everybody's in command. Nobody's disordered. No reason to change anything. I'll go ahead and activate the guns with him because why the hell not? And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And the guns will both unlimber for 2, 3, 4. And then we'll put the leader down here somewhere because, I don't know. I guess I'll put him there because why not? So there we go.
There you go. Roll one for you. 99. That definitely moves the marker.
All righty. Are you giving it to me? Because it's yours.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and take it.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Interesting. All right. Well, I guess these guys are going to shoot because they can.
Yep. There's at least a cavalry target there, it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like it.
So I don't know what your...
7x
6
range.
pounders or 8 pounders?
Yeah. 6.
6 pounders times 2, so you'll have 4 to 10. So that's 1 to 3, but you'll have a plus 20.
Alrighty.
Right, and then are you coming in on his flank? Does that shift it then to a 1 to 2?
It moves it to 1 to 2 because it's on the flank.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
1
it's
to
a 1 to
2
2 with a
plus
plus
20. Alrighty then. Where's the 99 when you need it?
Well, you got a 79, so that adds up to a 99.
Which is enough for a hit in this
For a
case.
single hit.
But still, where's the 99 when you need it? I mean, come on.
Even if you got a 99, it wouldn't have...
No, not
it
down
wouldn't have
that
done
end of
anything
the
more.
range.
Yeah.
Yeah, even going over 100 barely does you anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. And I'm like tempted to make a morale check because I'm doing that in all the La Bataille games I've been playtesting. So I'm just like, oh.
But you can't.
But I can't.
Even though you want to.
Even though I want to, I can't. I'm like, oh, I shot your cavalry. Oh, it was an odd number. It's kind of interesting. I kind of appreciate that in some regards.
Well, I mean, I imagine the way that they just calibrated it is that if you did a morale check every time, that was too much.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing with like regs. Every time the infantry take a hit, it makes a morale check, as opposed to the other systems where, like, the French don't start taking morale checks until the second or third hit, kind of a thing.
Oh, interesting.
And the Austrians might be making a morale check on the first hit that they take, kind of a thing. So
yeah,
kind
I
of
remember
dealing
that
with
the odd even thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. I don't know. It is kind of an interesting thought. It kind of feels like, I don't know. I guess you could make an argument either way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was M I was activating, by the way. In case you didn't notice.
I've got an eagle sharp eyes. I have no idea where M is.
M is right behind those guys. So I'm going to just go ahead and move some people. I'm going to go ahead and move these grenadiers too.
Sure.
Because they're in the way at this point. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I'm actually struggling what to do with him exactly. 3, 4. All right. And these guys are all going to move together. 1, 2, 3. Except the guns go on top. The guns go on top, he said again. There we go. All right.
This
Hoping
time
that if you said it
with
again,
emphasis.
that was apparently what was needed in
Yeah.
order to make it all clear to
Yeah.
everybody. So, okay.
Cool. All right.
That was
It's your
my
roll.
99.
Oh, yeah, it was your 99. Hey, there's my 99.
Again, where's the 99 when I need it?
Yep. Advance the clock, I guess.
Oh, yeah, guess so.
We're just burning through this turn here, aren't we?
We are now, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, with rolls like
All
that.
right.
I'll let you have it.
So it's all right. Mm-mm-mm. All right, I guess we'll go ahead and do L. He's way over here on the left.
Okay.
He's let's see, he's part of Gal. Gal's a long way away, so he's got to roll 5. Don't know, might be good enough. It's hard to say.
Hey,
It is
he
good
just did it.
enough. So he manages to put himself in command. That's marvelous. I'm sure that you've managed to keep yourself out of range of the Shuvalovs,
Yep.
so there's no point in firing them. Just too bad because it's pretty fun.
Yeah, those Shuvalovs are nice. I didn't
Yeah.
realize they like ×4. Those are like wicked.
Well, the thing about them is they just don't fall off, right?
Yeah.
It's like at super long range, they're still hitting you
Yeah.
like surprisingly hard. It's like, oh, didn't see that coming. I don't really know anything about the guns, especially, but whatever. All right, so he's going to do
Well,
that.
we did talk a little bit about some of the different type of Russian guns. So they did talk about
Oh,
the
did you?
howitzers
Last
being
night.
yeah. They did talk about
Oh.
the howitzers being particularly effective, the Russian howitzers.
Okay.
The ones that were
And-
attached to their batteries.
And these look like they must be howitzers. Just looking at them, they're very short barreled.
Yeah.
The image that we're using here.
Yeah, and so Monty was commenting on typically the
2, 3, 4.
Russians had a 12 guns in the battery, and of those, usually they'd have anywhere between 2 and, well, I think you said 4 of them were like a howitzer, a short range howitzer like that.
Okay.
So they have 8 long guns, whether they're 12-pounders or 8-pounders, and then they would have they'd have these howitzers as well. So
4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, what happened to him there? Okay. All right. Let's see. What else do we know? I could do this if I wanted to, I guess. I don't know. It's probably a waste of time. I could do that. That'd be pretty great. Where's Sunday? Where's Sunday? Ooh, well, that's a lot.
I don't know where you're at. Are we?
I'm looking at the terrain effects chart. Just
Oh,
trying to
for the
figure out
swamps or something?
What in the world are we looking at here? I'm realizing there's so much subtlety here. There's stream, creek, and river.
Yeah, so the
I'm
river,
looking,
I think,
so
is
it's-
that bigger thing that runs up along the northern edge of the map.
I think you're probably right. I'm trying to. So, all right. So, creek is C 1526 to 1527. 1526 to 1527. I love, like, how do they pick these?
Oh, the examples?
1526 to 1527. Yeah, okay. Right. So behind my observation
So
core,
this is the
the
Hofbach, right?
the Hofa Bruch, yeah,
Bach.
is a creek.
It's a creek
And
there. It's a river
that's a
here.
creek.
So it's
The
a
river
river
is on
here.
the
It's a
west
creek
map.
here. And then everything else is a stream, it looks like.
Uh, 1119 to a, okay. I'm just trying to work all this out because it looks to me, I'm trying to figure out, is all this stuff here, and I am clicking way in the back left.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All that stuff there, is that like this, which is obviously river, or is it like this, which is creek? I'm actually head scratching a little bit because to me these things in the back look pretty freaking huge. Are these as huge as those are?
I would
It's a
I would
little.
say that they all are because this looks as substantial as this. This looks a little narrower and it's got all that marshy terrain around it.
Yeah, no, it's just it's a little bit not quite as
Oh,
obvious
well,
as I
so
might
here,
like.
so this is the Mutzel, right? Here's the
Like
Mutzel.
that island in the middle of
No,
all
no, no, no.
that,
That's
or
the name.
oh,
That's the
that's the name
name
of
of the
this
river.
water course. I
Yeah,
see.
so
Okay.
it's because it's over here too.
Yeah,
Mutzel
yeah, I see
and
that too.
Mutzel,
Yep, you're
right?
right. Yep, yep,
And
yep.
then the Hofbach is this, and there's more of the Hofbach over there. But I would say the Hofbach over here looks as substantial as the Mutzel is. So I
Yeah,
would say everything that's over here is river.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be happier if it was more obvious, but it's not
Well, what do they have here? The
immediately.
example is W
Yeah,
1119 and 1120.
right, which doesn't solve the problem because we all agree that that's that's huge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this might be the same size.
Yeah,
It might not be though. I don't know. It's even more complicated because yeah, you got all the marshy stuff around this
right.
over here. I don't know. I was just
Well, I
trying to get
mean,
a better sense
this
of.
is called a bruch, right? And this is not a bruch, right? So they
Well,
have the Hofbruch.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, but clearly that's not changing its character
Yeah. No, it's the
because I
question
mean,
of
obviously that's river too.
yeah.
So obviously that's not enough to make a difference.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Again,
I
we
I
can just
I I would say it's
we can just talk
yeah.
to our dear friend Rick Barber about this, and he'll explain it all.
Yes, we
Oh
will
no, he
have a
won't. No,
séance.
he won't. Oh dear. All right.
I my
Um.
my feeling was that looking at it, I thought all of this basically this
Yeah.
was a river running all
Honestly,
along
it
here. Yeah.
probably is.
Yeah.
It just once you actually are called upon to say it with certitude,
Right.
it's not as straightforward as you might like to think.
Right.
And part of that is what makes the map attractive, right? Is
Correct.
that it is hand drawn and it's very nice, but some of that can induce difficulties in understanding. So, all right, fair enough. All right, I guess I'm gonna think about what else I need to do here. These other Cossacks, I guess, are gonna go ahead and move
Where are you at on the map?
way over on the left.
Okay.
Otherwise, why am I worried about the river?
Oh, okay. So on this side of the map here on the west side of the map.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
these guys over here specifically.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. We'll just do the same thing for them. Yeah, whatever. All right, so that's good enough.
Okay, I think I threw that 99, so it's your turn to roll another 99.
Yeah, sure.
72. Close, but no cigar.
All right.
Yep, go ahead and take it.
All right. We'll go ahead and do S. That's this guy here, kind
Okay.
of in the left. He's got a disordered guy under him, so he comes off.
Oh, yeah, I think those guys were marching across the marsh last
Yeah,
time.
yeah, that's what it was. All right. So then we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll go ahead and move the baggage train while we're at it.
Sure.
All right, they're all
They're
done.
moving at a breakneck pace.
Breaking somebody's neck for sure. Yeah. Right, so that's it.
Okay, cool. Let me throw some dice, see what we get. 23. Why don't you go ahead and take that one?
All right, we'll go ahead and um, okay. I guess we'll go ahead and do LI. LI is here.
Okay.
And
That's the one that looks like a U from outer space.
yeah, well, but like I said, U is
Like a
just left
sideway
of
U,
him.
yeah.
So yeah, exactly. He's actually in command. Strange as that may seem.
Because Sal is his wing commander,
Wing
right?
leader,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, exactly. Um,
Salty
the art,
Cove.
the
Salty
artillery.
Cove.
Oh, you know, old
Yeah.
salty cove. 2, 4, 6. So this artillery here is at 6x range, can fire at those guys.
Yep.
They're 8-pounders times 2, whatever that happens to
So that's
be.
going to be 4.
All right, so it's going to be 1 to 1.5, I guess.
Yep. No pluses, no minuses. 07. Something
Oh, that's probably
exploded.
dust and smoke, isn't it?
For you, it's low ammo. Have the fire strength and re-roll. So that is.
I guess it's
No.
1 to 3 now,
It's 1 to 3, yeah.
which
Unless
is
you
meaning.
can't go lower than 1 to 3, can you?
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah,
All right.
the
So,
24
all right. So
rounds, yeah.
they're done. Doesn't matter. Okay. Um Anybody else? I guess these guys can shoot too.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like I can hit these grenadiers over here.
Yeah, because I think
6x range.
I'm still on the upper half of the
Yeah,
slope, I guess. Yeah.
yeah. You're
Yeah. Now,
on the
if
level.
I were here, then I'd be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. All right.
Next turn.
So what did we decide this was at times what? Times
It's
three?
times two. Did you say, or is it a different gun? It's an eight
No, it's the
pounder.
same gun. 8-pounder, 6x range.
I thought you said it was times two.
No. Two strength points.
Oh, two
I don't know.
strength
I don't know
points.
what the multiplier is.
Oh, yeah. The multiplier is times three at a range of, yeah, at a range of six
Six.
times three.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
it's so
six
it's six.
two.
So it's 1 to 2.
Yeah.
1 to 2. All right.
Nope. Nothing.
Okay. And I think that's going to be it for that. Okay. So is that your roll, my roll,
Yep.
your roll? It is
Yep.
your roll.
Here we go. Oh, it's another interesting thing. A 5-0. So that's a Russian 5. What's a Russian 5? Free combat segment. No. That's a Prussian 5.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Prussian
So
5.
that's special rally. Pick a command and perform a free disorder recovery. Well, I think we've only got one guy that's disordered, and that's this guy that's over here in the on this end of the line. Um, does he have to be? He's in command range because he's connected with
I'm
everybody,
sorry, I
right?
don't have any idea where this person
I'm
is.
the hussars that were over here that disordered because of the backup.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they need to be within command of their leader, are they?
They are, yeah, because he's here, one,
Yeah.
two,
Well,
and
then
then
there
it
you go.
stretches down. Okay, cool. Here we
Roll,
go.
roll. All right.
All right, so they are no longer disordered.
All right. Roll again.
All right, and let's roll the dice. And that's yours, all on your own,
Gadzooks.
without any generosity from the Prussians.
All right. I guess we'll go ahead and do P over here.
Okay.
And shoot guns, I guess.
Yep, he's got a couple of guns there, those 12-pounders.
Yeah. So what's their multiplier? Is it times
Where are you
4?
firing?
Well, I'm firing there.
Okay, so that's a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Well, it's
10,
10 or 11, depending on who's firing, and they're both
Okay.
firing.
So, and those are your 12-pounders.
So
they
it's
are
times 4?
4 for both distances. So you've got
Interesting.
4 increments times 4. That's going to be 16. So it's 1.5 to 1 with a plus 20, I guess.
1.5 to 1 plus 20.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's right. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we get. Nothing.
It's going to be a 75.
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty. And he'll go ahead and move forward. And I don't think I'm going to worry about him at the moment. So that's going to be that. And that's going to be that.
Cool.
Okay. That's it.
All right. I think I rolled
Yeah, you
that last
did.
one for you. So that's one for us. We'll let you go ahead and take that. I don't know what you got left.
Oh, I got quite a bit left.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because you haven't moved DI yet,
Right.
and you haven't moved, I guess, one of the observation corps people yet.
That's right. Yeah. So there's quite a few who haven't.
There's a
Well,
couple.
not
There's
quite a
two
few, but
left.
some. There's a handful.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see what we got. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do DI just because why not? And he's back here, and
Mm-hmm.
he's right in there. Furmore. So he doesn't need to do anything to roll. And mm, okay. Now I need to go look for something, figure out what the heck I'm doing. Pretty low chance of that, but I mean, hope springs eternal. Otherwise, why do you keep playing? Abadi. Come on, go faster. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. So I guess I'm going to do that for 3 and that for 4. Now, I don't know what it's going to cost this guy to go into column. Looks like all 4.
Mm.
Um, oh, screw it. He's in command. I'll go ahead and rapid march him. So that's 5.5, and I'll roll for his disorder check. He's
And
okay.
he's happy.
All right. So that's that.
All right.
And
Over to
your
me, I
roll.
guess. And we'll let you have that one. If you've got anybody left, I think you've got this guy over here with the observation corps.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Brown is the wing commander over there, looks like. So that might be
Yeah.
your last one.
No, I think maybe it is. Seems odd, but it looks like maybe it is.
Yeah, I don't see anybody
Oh,
else, any other leaders floating around.
yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. So then what do we need to do here? All right. Well, I mean, he's the only leader left, so I'll roll because um, clearly no. So he's got to move that much. And all right, so if he shrinks down to 1 hex and the rest of them move forward 1, that's 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wrap it in March, so there's really not much else I can do here. And it would not behoove me to get any more clever. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot to do here. Um,
Did you want to move these grenadiers that are over
yeah,
here? Yeah,
yeah.
you got that
No,
one.
no.
Good. That's okay.
I'm worried about this command here because they're incredibly difficult to move.
Yeah.
Um,
It's all right.
all
By the
right.
time David shows up, they'll be at least a few hexes closer than the Prussians are coming to you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm familiar. Okay. Um, all right. If they collapse into one hex and then they go into line, that's all four of their movement points. And what do I do with these guys? One, two, three, four. Um, and then we got Cossacks to move. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Well, you can tell that the hex grid has on the map is deviated from the
Yeah, yeah, from the actual
perfect
printed
hex
one.
grid
Yeah.
once you get over to the edge of the map. I noticed the same thing, by the way, on the Vassal module for the old Avalon Hill game 1914.
Oh, really?
It's because literally those hexagons were all hand drawn using a stencil.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I could
And
see that happening. Yeah.
well, it's 1968,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And once they started getting off up towards, Aachen and up in the northeastern part of the map you're never going to use, the terrain's pretty dark. And again, hand painted,
Right.
because again, 1968. But if you look at the hexagons up there, it's like somebody put the intern in charge of those up there. It's like they were mailing those in, and they don't resemble hexagons in any real meaningful way. And of course, the Vassal module doesn't know what to do with that. And
Right.
so yeah, you get some seriously weird stuff. But again, not on a part of the map you'd ever use. Oh well. All right. And then I guess we'll maybe advance these guys a little. Sure, why not? And we'll leave those guys there. And is there anybody else I haven't moved? Do I have grenadiers I haven't moved? Yes, I got some grenadiers I probably should move. So I'll go ahead and move this one here. One, two, three, four. And then he's finished. And then it seems like I got one here. What do I do with him?
Are you done with the Cossacks over on the east side of the map?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
there's no point in marking them. It's
Yeah.
just
No, I just needed to know where to drift
yeah,
my
yeah.
gaze
No,
back
I'm
to.
just looking at the few grenadier units that I've got kind of in the middle, and then I guess I'll think about what do I want to do with any of my leaders. I'll go ahead and move them a little. But that's all I need to move. All right. Well, I think that's it. I think everybody will have moved that I needed to move. And that's a pretty good time.
Okay. Why don't you throw the dice? And that might be our last throw of the dice. I will move my.
Uh, okay.
Oh, this
I'll
time
be
I
nice
get
enough to
yours.
give it to you.
Yeah, that's very kind of you. So I've got these grenadiers here, and
Donde?
I know I'm trying to figure out if they're going to go in and make the assault next turn or hold back a little bit. So moving into a zone of influence costs 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which grenadiers are you talking
I'm
about?
talking these ones here who haven't moved yet. This
Okay. All
command,
right.
yeah.
No,
So
just
if I were to attack next turn, I'd have to start. It cost 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd have to
that's right.
start 3 hexes away. I'd
That's
have to
that's
move them
correct. Yes.
along here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Um, I don't know that I want to do that just yet. I think I want to see if I can soften you up a little bit more
Um,
with my artillery before I do something as wacky as that.
I mean, you'd be crazy not to, but on the other hand, it won't matter. But you do you.
All right. So I'm going to move the king up here, and that should keep everybody in command. So Konitz, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's in command. What was the other guy's name? I don't know. Where is he at? Oh, Monteufel. Yes, he's definitely in command. And little Monteufel's people. He's got those 2 guys. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they're all in command. We'll just drift him over 1. Okay, so we'll flip him. We'll flip the king. I think David was happy with where his people are. I don't see a need for us to move the hussars over there just yet, so I won't mess with what David had planned or going on. So that officially ends things then. I will
Okay.
flip
And
this
there's
guy over, so
nobody shaken.
yep.
So there's no reason to rally. There's nobody routed. So there's no reason to rally. So I think we are ready to hit the end turn button.
Okay.
Are we?
Yeah. Cool.
Magnifique. Just like
Everything is
so.
miraculously back to where it was.
Yeah. Shockingly so. All right. And so we will move the clock as soon as I can touch the clock and move it to 10:40. And then we can do a save as.
Yep. Let's go ahead and save this one. And this is end of 10:20. All right. Yeah, so as long as there's no combat, we're moving along very well.
Yeah, probably won't last a whole lot longer,
Yeah.
but yeah, that is what we're looking at there. We've got probably 0 more turns of no combat.
You think next turn we'll be mixing things up?
Would be hard to believe otherwise.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm quite content to shell you from a distance for a while longer, but we'll
Not
see.
sure you're going to get the choice.
I might not. You might come charging out or do something wacky like that. In which case, we'll just have to figure it out. I'm trying.
We'll
I mean,
just have to.
I was watching, how you use the Prussians at Kolin, and so
Yeah,
I'm
badly.
trying to.
Badly is what you saw there.
Well, so here's the thing. I'm trying to do it the same way that you did, with kind of having that staggered lines where everybody is kind of you send in one wave and then you send in the next wave, kind of a thing. Um, so I mean, I'm presuming that that's kind of the way things would work. So it should be no surprise at all that at least my focus is on this area over here to try to hit with my infantry
Sure.
and whatnot.
Sure. Why not?
Um, and so the idea is, okay, these guys go in, and then I've got this next group of guys that go in, with the idea of kind of, I don't know, punching through this zone. Um,
Yeah.
is that and then is that
Yeah. I
generally
mean,
speaking the way that you would do it, where
sure.
you'd have those
Well,
two echelons
yeah.
of
If you
attack?
can, that's the way to do it, especially because you're using your cavalry to spread me out. So I don't have a second echelon.
Right,
So I'm going to be scrambling to try to recover from if that line collapses, which let's be honest, it's going to. So yeah, that's going to be a serious problem.
okay,
And I'm trying to shorten my line by bringing the observation corps in, but they couldn't find their ass with both hands, so um, that's difficult. And yeah, so yeah, I mean, sure. The truth is, it's very hard to hit somebody and really make it compelling because you're
right,
going to get beat up too, right? So you probably need to have somebody behind you in order to continue whatever it is you started.
right.
And so yeah, having kind of multiple waves, if you can afford it, in cavalry combat, it's doubly true, right? Because so often, even if they win, they're disordered.
Yeah, yeah,
And so then the next guy comes in and whacks them, So with infantry combat, a little less obviously so, but with cavalry combat, definitely whoever's got the last fresh troopers
right.
is definitely the one who's going to come out on top. And so yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got the cavalry superiority on, at least on this side of the map. Um,
You've got it on all sides of the
oh,
map.
on both sides. Oh, I thought you had a pretty decent group over
No,
there, but no, I
no,
guess.
it it I am. It's interesting, having played this now twice and really being a vastly more experienced player now than the last time I played it. But the Prussians have an outrageous artillery advantage. The
Yes,
Prussians have a substantial cavalry advantage, and their infantry's better.
right,
It's really hard to figure out how the Russians win this. And the tenacious Russians rule doesn't do you any good unless you can induce the Prussians to close assault you. Well,
right,
that's not strictly true, but it's mostly true. Most
right.
of the benefit of it requires you to close assault me. And I don't know. I'm sitting here going, okay, keep waiting for it to be obvious what it is that the Russians do to be successful here, other than count on the Prussians to act like the historical Prussians and just come charging.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. Um, so yeah. In other news,
Yes.
we had another week at Prague,
Oh yeah. How did that go?
and we've only got like maybe one or two more plays before we're gonna have to pick it up,
Oh,
which
for
means having to
Christmas.
take.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so we we continued move. I guess what Albert wasn't able to make, so I took his troops, and Albert's really being able to kind of spread out in the middle near Kaj.
Ah, okay.
He's finally blasted back the skirmishers enough that he's able to really start deploying all of his troops. He's got one more formation that's still in road column to spread out a little more. Now, obviously, he's facing a ton of Austrian artillery and
Right.
infantry, so it's not like it's going to be easy. But the point is we have fully drawn the Austrians' attention over there, so that's good.
Right.
And then over on the Austrian far left, the Austrians are just now starting to be able to move. And so now what are they going to do?
Right.
Because they've been hit by the Prussian cavalry and the Prussian grenadiers are showing up. So they're going to be busy. They're not going to be of any use further to the right in the battle because they're
Right.
going to be fighting for their lives just to hold on. And then the cavalry battle continues. I gotta confess, I'm a little concerned because he has brought over a lot more cavalry from the left wing that we didn't see in our game of Prague.
Right. Because
And so,
it was shielding the other side of the map that we weren't using in that scenario.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah, it was on the west map that wasn't engaged in our battle, and so now he's got all of them. They're still a little bit at a distance, but I know they're there.
Right.
And so even though I'm kind of getting the better of it thus far, it's just like I said, who's got the last troops that
Yeah.
aren't blown, right? And unfortunately, I think he's going to. So even though he's just sure that he's going to get his butt kicked, I'm not so convinced.
Well, you don't want to
So
tell him otherwise, right?
well, I it's whatever
Yeah.
anyway, and we'll see how it goes. We've been just kind of advancing it a little bit and seeing how it goes. I did some pretty poor die rolling, so I'm gonna be counting on some rally rolls to try to get some guys back into the game. Um, and then, his grenadiers are all standing there. My grenadiers are standing there, and I have elected not to be stupid and attack because I was waiting for my cavalry to kind of flush their flank out. But we'll see.
So
Anyway,
you've got your
so
grenadiers down by that little village, kind of
that's right.
not
That's
not
right.
not unlike what I had there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
My
And
biggest
really,
frustration with that game was I'm like, where are my horse guns? I need horse guns because David would create these magnificent stacks of like 16 cavalry or whatever. I'm just like, if I just had some guns
right.
somewhere, I would get like a
Yeah.
plus 500 or whatever on my die roll because it's the biggest friggin' target in the universe,
Right.
and there's no horse guns to be found.
Yeah, and I have some artillery down there, but again, the trouble is they move very slowly.
Yeah.
So even though they're deployed, eh, they're firing at quite long range because they can't really get close enough. And obviously, they're not well, I mean, they're kind of covered by the fact that I got grenadiers on one side of them and cavalry on the other. So he's not going to come attack them, but they're really too far away to do very much. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle. I don't know. I think we're doing okay, but I'm not as convinced as John is that cavalry battle is going to end up as a disaster for him, and
Yeah.
then he's going to have to run.
Well,
He's just not
if
used
he
being
took
on the
the
defensive.
cavalry, if he took a bunch of cavalry away from the left, then does that mean then that the Prussian cavalry that was over on
Well,
that side of the map, are
yes.
they able to do something,
Well,
or
no, they really
are they
are,
kind of
because
tied up?
effectively it means that all of his troops on the left are kind of um, on that hill,
Okay.
and they're in some earthworks, and there's some artillery, and there's infantry, and that's it. And yet you've got like the Liebgard Prussian cavalry over there.
Right.
Is that going to start being a problem for him? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Because there's no cavalry at all to protect his left flank. And if it's me, I'm probably going to use that cavalry to just grind up his left flank as hard as I can. Albert threw out the idea of actually turning round the pond and hitting the Austrian center in the middle, but that just the terrain makes that seem kind of optimistic. I'm
Well,
just
are you
thinking if you
playing
can
on
just start
are you playing on all three maps then?
all three maps,
Okay.
absolutely. This is the full battle,
Wow.
and so there's a lot of kind of ugly terrain to have to get around those ponds and come around and hit the Austrian center. He probably could, because there's nothing that his infantry is going to be able to do to stop it. But I think how much better would it be to just use that artillery or use that infantry, those grenadiers in conjunction with the cavalry, and just smash up his left flank and just start racking up lots of casualties. Because I mean, literally, his cavalry's behind some of his infantry. I mean, he hit them strategically in the flank
Right.
because they weren't allowed to move.
Ah,
And so they're furiously going to have to reorient, and there's going to be a lot of disorder. And I suspect he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. And if that's the case, would it be enough to make John call some of his cavalry back from the right flank? That'd be interesting if that much pressure could be put on him. It'd be fun to see.
yeah. No, that would be interesting to see.
Going to need a few more turns. Probably what's going to happen. Who are we kidding? We're going to play once or twice more, get through another turn or two maybe, and then we're going to have to pick it up, and then we're going to have to figure out how in the world we're going to play test Quebec.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean that's kind of time critical, right? We don't leave Matthew hanging.
Well, do they have a vassal copy of it?
I don't think they do. I think
Ah.
it's physical copies only, to
Yeah.
my knowledge.
If they had a vassal,
don't-
we could play test it here
Yeah.
on Sunday night.
No, you're right.
And that
we
would
could,
be a
but-
that would be a huge way of boosting,
Right.
pre-publication interest in it and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, ask Matthew if he's got something, and I'd be happy to do something. We can, put Zorndorf on ice for a while or
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah.
That's hard to believe in August, but okay, if you say so.
Yeah, well, it's not August right now in our part of the universe.
No,
So
but
and
Zorndorf on ice, though, that actually sounds like a Disney show, doesn't it?
it does.
Yeah.
Ask your doctor if Zorndorf on ice is right for you. All
Side
right.
effects include powder burns, bayonet injuries,
Yes. Bayonet
And-
thrust.
and headache,
yes,
apparently.
yes.
Yeah, one of those things. All right.
Cannonball catching, all
Yeah.
that good stuff. Well, on